Right, I'm going into this mine here, and it's not by mistake or because I'm a wolf. It's because I want to see just what the history is that we can see down here. What we can see from these miners over 100 years ago, that what they achieved. Well, for a start, they achieved a lovely rectangle mine. Floor is covered in a layer of, it's relatively thin silt, but I can see marks on the ground that would indicate that at one stage there was rail sleepers down. So maybe it goes further than what I'm giving it credit for right now. Because at the moment it just looks like a short prospect. Not much down there. Let's see what's further down. I mean, I can see the end wall here, but it could turn a corner. Little area here I've dug out. A little bit of quartz banding up in there, which they seem to have had a bit of a dig at. A few glowworms hanging down there. And they've carried on down here. And this is where I wonder whether they've gone very far down here. Doesn't look like it. Maybe if I get around here a bit, I'll see more. Maybe. Maybe. There you go. That's interesting. And what have we got here? Just a little bit of collapse maybe. Or were they digging up into that? A little bit hard to say. There's possibly some quartz up in there. But I can see remnants of rail ties down on the ground here, so I wonder how far down here it goes. They've dug up a little bit into there. I'm guessing at the time back then they would have seen a bit of quartz banding vein in the wall and dug that out, just as they've done here. It doesn't look like it's done on a huge industrial scale. Some quite nice crystals. I don't know how well they show up there, but you can see where they've put drill rods in and taken little bits of ore out. Going up around the corner here, how far is it going to carry on? Another few pockets that they've dug out. At least they've tried anyway. Tried to get every little bit of quartz that they can find and get that processed for whatever they can. Yeah, is this a collapse here? Looks like it to me. Don't know how much further it would have gone on. Who can say? But that's as far as I can get. It's collapsed right up to there. Yeah, I think there was still another direction to head off in. Hope I keep these directions clear in my head. Wouldn't be nice to be stuck down here for any length of time, especially once the torch ran out. I have left details with people of where I've gone, so hopefully someone would figure out where I was eventually. Just a bit of quartz sticking out there that I'm looking at. Yeah, did it go off around here? No, that's still part of that little pocket that they were digging out. that's the entrance down there. So what's down here? I don't think very much. I think this is about as far as they went. And that doesn't look very promising as far as what they... Oh, okay. As soon as I say that doesn't look very promising, that's exactly when I see something. It's just a band of quartz down the wall there. Probably goes right across here, does it? Yep. Right around. It's like a pocket. Just some nice quartz crystals in there. And as we come around to the other side here, look at that, lovely. That's quite a nice size weta. You'd shine up lovely in the UV light, wouldn't you? A beautiful yellowy colour. But we'll head back out here towards the entrance. Now this one was up off the track again. And this was just looking at the signs as far as there being a old cut track and a flattened area of waste rock was the only way that I could discern that there was something just in this area. Nice old bottle there, not massively old, probably maybe the 70s or 80s, Tui beer. And we'll see, I can see my torch is starting to go down a bit now, but we might get another mine out of it if I find another one. Let's go and see. Hey guys, I've finally managed to get myself out again, and so I found another mine down here at the south end of Mount Te Aroha. The Waiorongomai Valley area, which I've been before, but this is the end of summer and some of these mines might be a bit drier. Now right behind me here, you might be able to see there's a dark hole in the ground. This is the mine that I'm going to go and have a look at. So I'll just go up and put my helmet on and get my torch and head into this mine. Here we go folks, down into the mine. So what I can tell you right from the start is the mining up here started around the mid 1880s and went on through to about exactly 100 years ago. And I know that they weren't in particularly successful as far as getting gold out, but they got some. There was more money spent looking for gold than actually finding any gold. We've just got a little offshoot down here with a massive tree root that's come all the way from outside. A big weta up there. It'd be nice to have a UV light. I've seen on New Zealand Rocks Down Under last week on their video, they used a UV light and the giant cave wetas just show up amazing. All fluorescent, sort of a yellowish colour. Quite a spider web across here. Can't see the spider. And we've got these yellow tags on the wall. They look to be pretty modern to me. I can see up the end here some glowworms right in there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're just strands of almost looks like spider web, but with moisture drips kind of on it. And they also show up really well under a UV light. Not much point in me telling you this, of course, because I don't have a UV light, but I do know where to get one. So I will be doing that as soon as possible. Which could be still a few weeks away. Yeah, so still having a few issues work-wise, which is why I haven't been out for a few weeks. But hopefully that's going to sort itself out in the near future. I probably shouldn't be out here right now. Be better spending my money on something else, but I really missed getting out here and doing this, so here we are. Right, so what have we got here? A little crossroads, a bit of a room there. Oh, not really much of a crossroads. I can see that they dug off up in here because there's some quartz up in the wall. More glowworms just up there too. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but glowworms there. And just hanging down in there. Quite hard to see. Some really excellent banding of quartz down here, look at that. Can you see that? Yeah, that's nice. I can see why you'd dig away at that, but it's not like there's free gold in there that I can see. Be locked up in microscopic amounts. So it goes down here further and around a bit of a corner. Still some of these yellow tape modern markings up here. Yeah. I hope it doesn't end just here, but it does. Okay, so what have we got up here? Not a great deal. A whole bunch more glowworms there. That would be really impressive to see when they're lit up. And they're all through this area here. You can actually see the glowworm there moving about, doesn't like the light at all. There are a few who do. Got any quartz in the wall there? Not really. Generally they'll mark, if a modern geologist is coming, and yeah, I can see there's a green paint mark here where there's a seam of something or other, or a big crack. You know, doesn't look ideal, but we'll get away from that. I can see that this mine is actually there's heaps of glowworms up here. That would be pretty awesome to see. I'm going to have to come back definitely to this mine because yeah, it's really nice. And I can also see there's a band of quartz there, and of course there's that green paint there to show me that the geologists have already noticed that. So we've got some crystal up on the ceiling here, I've just seen. The crystal, or sometimes I get tricked by moisture looking like crystal, and I think that's the case there. Shining beautifully though. Little beads of moisture in the light. Now I wonder what that orange mark indicates. Can I see any banding in the ceiling? Yep, right there. It's kind of a brownish quartz with some black in it, which I can only assume will be manganese, like we see in many of the other mines around. Comparatively few wetters down here and nice and dry, but not the longest of mines, I'll have to admit, but it's a start. And there's still quite a lot of area around here for me to check out. In fact, just around the corner from the entrance here is another mine. I have a feeling it is actually packed with wetters, but we'll see if we can get past me cringing about that and go in and see what that one's about. And I think the next mine is right here. It's a really tight squeeze.
Not quite the squeeze that I had to get through that pipe in my last video, but it's still a fair squeeze down there. Not sure how far it goes, maybe just down to there. But shall we go and have a look? So this mine I've got to slide into feet first, and I've got this other torch here which is a bit less bright, and just that I think there's a lot of wetters here and they really don't like the bright light. So if I go with maybe a slightly less bright light, they won't freak out and jump up on me as much as I'm a little worried that they might. But anyway, let's slide down into this hole here and see what the story is. I can see glowworms right at the start here. Oh, here's a, yeah, look at all those wetters on the ceiling there. Don't know if you can see them, I haven't got things on the right angle yet. But yeah, it's all absolutely packed with wetters. Alright, so we'll just try and get in here without disturbing them too much. It's crazy, they're all above my head. I would not have done this as a child at all. You probably can't see them, but I definitely can. I've already had one jump on me. So we're almost down in here. Just got the bigger torch on. So I don't know how far this one's going to go. We've got a modern tag tape on the wall. And as we head in here, I can see that it doesn't go very far at all. Just up to this point here, where they've got a green marking. Now why have they got that? They must have... Is that a collapse in there? It's a little hard to say. Or is that really as far as it went? Interesting. I suspect that could be a really old collapse. But I can see there's quartz looking rock in there. Some more glowworms hanging down, but not as many as in the mine previously. Alright. So we've seen what's in this adit here. Not a huge amount, and pretty creepy getting past all those cave wetters, but managed to get over that. And I do have to get out again through there. I can see my bag up there, so maybe I'll turn the big torch off again so that I once again don't disturb the wetters too much, and we'll get back through here as quickly as possible. Oh, that's nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Oh, I've got a wetter on my back, I can feel it. Alright, what else can we find? I found another area up here. It's just kind of a flat platform of waste rock. So I climbed up off the track, and sure enough we've got a mine through here, and I think I can see some rail track down on the ground, so hopefully this is going to be a bit longer than some of the little prospecting adits that I've been finding. But we'll go down here and find out anyway. A little bit wet at the start, but I can see that the water clears up in a pretty short distance. And the question is, does it turn a corner down here? But this rail that you can see on the ground here hopefully indicate that they were pretty serious about what they were doing down here. we will see. Do I see any tracks on the ground? Not human tracks, looks like, oh yeah, maybe some footprints, but also what looks like maybe a dog. Or perhaps someone came down here with their dog. Very likely what it is. Aha! A stoat. It looks off in this direction. You can see up there, we've got a fair bit of timber work and rock that's fallen down. Got some nice quartz in the wall just there. Should be the reason for the whole thing. It's not a massive stope, but still, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 to 10 metres above my head, I guess. And we've got, if I can get down past here, there's all this collapse here. Look at that wood, how it's just been eaten away. Now I don't know how that works, whether it's a combination of rot and acid, but how would acid eat it away unless the acid is actually in some kind of aerosol form and all around here. Breathing it in right now, if that's the case. See, look how that wood's so black. It definitely looks like it's been eaten away by acid, burnt by acids. And we've got more rail down on the floor in this little section here. So what does that mean? Does it go further around here? It's just a little side extra, or maybe that has all collapsed down there. See some strands of glowworm activity there. Not much geologically wise, just down this end that you would say, aha, this is why they're here. Although, having said that, I see a cavity here that's quite nicely full of quartz crystals, so there must be a vein probably going up vaguely over here. Now, because these mines are so old, the rock is slowly degrading, oxidizing, and you don't get to see, you know, the brightness of newly fractured rock like it would have been visible to the miners in the old days, where it would have been a lot clearer to them what they were doing. Looks like there's another level up there perhaps. It's probably not very long. I don't know. There's no way for me to even clamber up there if I wanted to. Need a ladder. And, as much as in the past few videos I've managed to carry a boat with me, carrying a ladder doesn't seem like it's something that I really want to do. I've climbed a fair way up the mountain here. Oh, look at that. We've got a shaft. Why? The only reason you'd have a shaft is for ventilation, or because you're dropping ore down from a higher level. Which I'd say that's quite a possibility. You'd drop ore down here and take it off in carts down there. That's how I'd do it. We've got more collapse here and another sort of mine entrance, tunnel entryway over here as well. I can just get around here. This loose rock is a bit hard to keep your footing on at all times. Oh, we've got some more modern markings here. Some tape, yellow tape, like we've seen in some other spots. Yeah, they obviously had a bit of interest up here. There's a few glowworms up there, but nothing obviously quartz-wise. Although maybe in the torchlight there, it looks different. And does it come to an end up here? Or are we going to turn another corner somewhere? It's probably just the end here. And again, not too much to look at. You got anything? Oh yeah, some quartz in the roof. Just there. But obviously wasn't worth going any further, and they haven't dug up further into the stope, like just further back here. Which leaves one path to go, I believe. I think it branched off in 3 different directions. But they had rail down here as well. But if they were also dropping ore down from a higher level, they would have needed space just to park ore carts, because they could load them up. Get down past all this old rotting timberwork here and fallen rock. Always feel better when I get off that. And so, down this direction. You can see the rail further up here, coming up out of the mud. A bit more moist here. Hard to say why it would be moist just there. It's just obviously seeping out of the rock. We go very far down here. Little drive. Don't think so. They had to go in at a vein just there. Looks like they've pretty thoroughly cleaned that out. And then it just went to just up there without any real further activity. So they would have turned around and decided, all right, let's try somewhere else. A few more glowworms just there. Really need to get that black light. And they're not that expensive. As soon as I find a new job, I will get a torch and I will show you, and it will be awesome. Looks like it carries on quite a way down here. Look at all this, can you see? Well, you're not going to see as well as I am, but basically as far as the torch can go, I can see rail carrying on. This is a nice one to come across. I had to climb up off the path and find the little, as I said there at the start, a flattened area of waste rock, but it didn't look too big, so I wasn't overly hopeful of just what it is that I would find in here. Little stalactites here. Just the moisture dripping through. More stalactites here. This is more like the calcite or whatever this white stuff is dripping down. Perhaps the brown ones are also calcite. They've just had extra staining, iron staining or sulfur staining, whatever it is. I think it's probably more iron. Some quite nice different looking coloured rocks here. Various sort of shades of ochre-y brown and white.
course we've got these rail ties, or rail itself, down on the ground here that we're following. Still carrying on. I suppose the tunnel itself is probably 6 foot tall by 6 foot wide. In parts I'm having to crouch a little bit, but for the most part I'm walking fairly upright. It seems odd to me that when they have an area like that, I mean, it looks like collapse, but why would it just collapse there? It's a bit weird. Yeah, some of these boards are just standing up for no reason. Why would that be? It can't have been a rail sleeper because the rail is still on the ground here, just under this top layer of silty mud. Looks like we're coming to the end. We're going to have a spectacular vein in the wall down the end here. That'd be nice. What have we got? Oh, it's dug up into there. How did they even dig up into there? I suppose you would have done it with a drill. And the same again, directly opposite it. So they must have, in fact I can see a bit of a vein that they've been trying to go through there. And then they decided, that's enough of that. We will abandon it and try somewhere else. You can see a bit of banding in the rock down there, maybe. A nice quartz banding. Always wonder with agates whether it is actually this banded quartz that has fallen down into the streams and eroded into a nice round shape, and then we call it agate. I don't think so. I think agate is more like a chalcedony material rather than quartz itself. But it's just similar, the banding look that you get in agates and the banding that I see in some of the quartz. It's pretty awesome to be able to look straight down the tunnel there as far as I can see. Down here in the dark. I sometimes think if something bad happened in the world, maybe I could come up to one of these mines and survive somehow. It's pretty damp. I don't think it'd be very healthy living in one of these places. I do see dry mines around though, so perhaps if a Chicxulub-sized asteroid was about to head for the planet, I could come and find one of these mines and hide away for a bit. Hide away without any comfort. It would be bloody awful. But I'd still be breathing, and that's the main thing. So I still don't think this mine, even despite the fact that it's got this quite nice rail system in it, still seems like a con to me. It's not long enough to have produced a vast amount of anything. Why have we got an arrow there? How could you get confused about going any other way? We've already been down there. There's nothing down there. Right. Keep on looking at my torch. I've only got a limited amount of torch battery time to go on, but we seem to be okay so far. So
we might even get another mine out of it. If there's another one somewhere along the track here, which I'm hoping there will be. You can see the entrance just up here. We're going back again into the outside world. Right, so I think I can safely turn my torch off here. That was probably a bit early, it's probably gone really dark on the video now. But anyway, we're out of there. I think I'm getting a bit far down the mountain now, and there's probably not going to be any more mines further on this track. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and for anyone who's returning to view my channel, thanks for hanging around while I try and sort myself out. But we'll be back into it again soon. I've got other places to go, so we'll head off now, and I'll see you next time.